Hi everyone. Today I'm just gonna have the camera on and you guys can watch what I'm doing and taking care of the animals this morning. So you can see here Tilly is already, oops, go back the other way, anxiously waiting for her breakfast. So I'll let you guys watch her while I get her breakfast ready. Hey Tilly, well just a minute. Good morning. All right. So I'm just letting you guys watch today while I do my morning chores. Over here, honey. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Over here, Tilly. There you go. All of the stuff that I pull from for Tilly. I don't know why Tilly likes walking through her food, but she sure does. She likes to reorganize it. So there's the romaine. And put a little bit of chicory endive. Oh, I know what she's going for. She's going right for the peppers. Yeah, she likes peppers. And some dandelion. A little bit of cucumber. I am guilty of buying things pre-cut because otherwise I really wouldn't have a life. some more cactus. She likes her peppers. Look at that face. You're such a good Tilly. That's a good Tilly. Okay. Get Gladys. Join in over here today. Just don't be naughty. Today, I'm even going to give you a piece of watermelon. Here's a little piece of watermelon. Where are you going, Scooter? Turn on the lights. You know, I remember back watching Mr. Rogers. One of my favorite parts was when he would feed the fish. So we'll give our fish a little something here. There you go. You guys gotta see these. Let me see here. This big fish in the back right here, my granddaughter won up in northern Wisconsin, and they drove it all the way back home, and it was probably only about an inch. And now look at it. I bought it a buddy. But they are starting to get too big to be in this 20 long tank. So I keep threatening to put it out in the pond. But they actually kind of amuse me. So I'm keeping them. So there we go. All right, so light. I have to do a mental checklist all the time. So lights, light. Okay. Here. Oh, hi, squirrel. You came out to eat? Okay. And light. Light. So some things have heat lamps during the night and some have during the day, so I have to swap them out. Make sure everybody's nice and comfortable. And let me see here, we're gonna go over here. I do have a bearded dragon. And here I'll get, where's Peach? There's Peach. I'm gonna get Peach out in just a second here. Peach is a little food aggressive. Whoops, I'm gonna go back over this way so you can see Peach. There we go. So Peach gets hornworms, and sometimes we'll get a mouse, but today I'm gonna give Peach some hornworms. And I dip them between calcium. I'm gonna see if I can get him up here so you can see better. Peach, don't get me on that food. Here we go. Let me see if you can see Peach. Can you see Peach a little bit better there? Let me see if I can get closer here. Okay, set it down. Whoops, back this way. I'll gotta hang up this some sooner or later. But Peach is already, look at that tongue sticking out. You just want something to eat, don't you? Yeah, you stick your tongue out. You are cute. Peach is about 3 years old, 3.5. So I'm gonna dip a little bit in. Here we go, ready? Watch this. Yeah, get that. Yeah, nice and juicy. I'll give you one more. I dip that one a little bit in vitamins there. Ready? There you go. Get it. Nothing like a good juicy bug, huh? Yeah? Is that good, Peach? Are you such a beautiful bearded dragon? Yes, you are. You're so good. What a good dragon you are. Yes, you are. So I'm gonna, these guys are really cool. So I try to pick up from the back because if I go for the front first, it's gonna think that I'm something to eat. Here we go. Aren't you so handsome? Look at that. Actually so pretty. Look at that belly on that. You got a big belly. Yeah, you've got some fans. Peach is a good dragon. These are a really good pet. They really are. I have Peach and what's called a 40-gallon breeder. And you want, if you have one of these, it's best to get one where you have front opening doors instead of top, unless you have two sides to it, because every time you'd want to get it out, you'd have to take the lights off to open up the lid. So to get a front opening enclosure is much better for them. Now they get the name Bearded Dragon because if you can see right there, you can kind of see a little black underneath. When she wants to be like, prove that she's bigger or a little bit stressed or so, she can puff that up and it will look like a black beard. So that's how they get the name Bearded Dragon. But for people who are looking for pets and they're looking more in the reptile, bearded dragons are a really, really, really good pet. I like them because they have something called keeled scales, and I know it's going to be really hard to see here. But just like a boat has a keel where it's got a ridge that goes down the bottom to help stabilize it, bearded dragons on their scales has a little ridge going down the middle of it, and that's called a keeled scale. So some scales for reptiles are flat and smooth, and others are keeled. And she happens to have keeled. There you go. I'm gonna put you back in there. Such a good baby. Let me see, does anybody have any questions here? Hi, Mom. Hi, Joe. Hi, Janet. Kathy. Paul, you want to adopt the tortoise? No, not for adoption, but you can definitely get yours. You know, I get some of my animals from rescues. So there's a really good place in the Chicago area called Friends of Scales. And they are awesome because sometimes people don't realize how much effort goes into some of these animals. They haven't researched them thoroughly, or their life circumstances change. Some of these animals live a very long time. So some of the tortoises can live 60 to 80 years. And there's going to be a time when I'm going to be too old to be able to take care of some of these animals. And my granddaughter said she would take some, but who knows where life will take her. But it's really great to have places like Friends of Scales that will take in these animals and help to rehome them. So Friends of Scales is really good around here. There's a mammal one called Fur Angels that will do that. There's some bird places. Now I have some quail back here, and I got the quail through something called Chicago Bird Collision Monitors. During migration season in the Chicago area, they go down very, very early, and they walk around the buildings because a lot of times birds will crash into buildings. If they are a native species and it's injured, they will take it out to Willowbrook Wildlife and see if they can be rehabbed and released. If it is dead, then they take it to the Field Museum for study, so they can do that. But every now and then they come across something that isn't a native and is still alive, like the quail. A lot of times they're just domestics that escape. And so they've called me a couple of times to see if I would take in some of the quail, and so I do. But let me see here, I'll put this down here. Trying to move really slow so that I don't disrupt this little smooth thing here. But you can see Tilly is still. But I do like tortoises a lot. I would much rather have tortoises over aquatic turtles. I think they're in some ways a little bit less work, but it's just a different kind of work, because that tortoise right there, believe it or not, can pee a couple of lakes a day, and she can poop just like a dog. So in a sense, they're much more work like that. So that's part of the reason why I have to mop the floor a couple of times a day, but she's definitely worth it. Yes, you are, Tilly. You're worth it. You are a super duper pooper, but you're worth it. But remember I said that Scooter was a little bit of a bully? Look right here. Can you see? Yeah, see, Scooter's already going over here trying to bother Gladys. Don't be bothering Gladys. People think that turtles are slow, but they can actually book it pretty fast. Here, we'll be doing a whole thing in a couple of days, probably, about this little one right here. That's an axolotl. This one is actually my goddaughter's. That's Chowder, and I got Chowder for her last summer. She's cute. She's got little freckles all over, actually him, all over his face. And she's gone off to college, so I'm babysitting that one. And I'm trying to move slow. And then over here, that one is Sashimi. And they are an aquatic salamander, which they're really, really cool creatures. So, anyway, so that's kind of my morning, getting the animals up. I have to go downstairs and clean the cavy cage yet and give them their lunch. But it's just kind of nice. I hope you guys are enjoying watching the critters. Let's straighten that up a bit. There we go. do you think, Tilly? You're a star. I think we should have a fan club for Tilly. Sometimes we take her outside onto the path by our house and we put on a GoPro. So we'll have to start posting some of her GoPro videos as she's walking around. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. Let's see, is there any questions? Very good. Well, we'll see you again later. Thanks for stopping in and watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.